And I'm Bud Evans, a senior mechanical engineer here at Saratech, and I've been using NX for over 20 years, so I'm pretty well versed in it. And today, what we're going to talk about is post processors and how to add them to your environment, so they show up in your dialog box. So we're going to verify that we're using the correct custom environment. And then we'll add a new post builder post to this environment, add the custom UDEs for that post to this environment, and then add a new post configurator post, multiple UDEs to this environment, and then add a new machine to the machine library, which is a little different than just adding a post, and then add a second post to that machine that we had just added. And just to briefly show that where we're heading, I'll start at X. Maybe. Here we go. So when you post, you have this list, and this is a list of the out-of-the-box post processors. And I go to customers a lot, and when I show them, show me what you do, the first thing they do is they navigate to the post, and the post is sitting somewhere on the network where IT decided to put it, and they've never put it into their environment where it should be. And so that's our main goal, is to show how to make that happen. And then also user-defined events are your start events and end events. And I whittled this down to make it easy to understand. These are the standard UDEs that come with NX. And when you add a new post and it has special UDEs for that post, you also want them to be available in this list. And the user-defined events are things you would use for cooling on, cooling off, cutter comp on, off. They enable kind of post-specific or machine-specific activities. And the post processor itself is what changes this NX toolpath into machine code. So when it runs through the post, it comes out as G code like this for that the machine can read and make the part. So we're also going to be talking about two different softwares, Post Builder versus Post Configurator. Post Builder has been around forever, and but it's no longer going to be updated. This, you can see here, the light print, it's a final release, but it's an older software, but still functions well. But the new software is Post Configurator, and it's a little more user friendly and more dialogue related, as where the Post Builder is a lot of just TCL code. So those are the two that we'll be discussing. So the first thing we want to do is show you how to verify that you're using the correct custom resource folder. So whenever you make an NX environment, you want to put it somewhere on your network, a custom folder for your post processors and your machines and your parts templates. So to check this, you go to your file, help, log file, and you can search for it, but I found by the time I search, I can scroll down to you'll see them, it's a bunch of UGII variables. And when you get to the CAM ones, you want to go make sure the CAM resource directory is pointing. And right here is, this is my custom environment that I made for this session, F drive CSE. So if you look up here for the CAM resource directory, it's pointing where I want it to, and the right above it is a CAM post directory. If I looked on there and saw a C drive program file, CMAs, I would know something was not right. So I usually check that first. So the template post.dat file located in the post processor folder is, you can see the bottom picture is the file opened. It's what populates what shows up in that dialog box. And the best practice when you put a new machine in is to have the machine inside a folder for that machine. The ones with the red mark are the correct, and then below, if you enter them like that, it gets kind of cluttered in that folder. So we'll add a new post to this environment. So right now we have just the out of the box ones. And I'll just show you this in the resource directory, post processor. The magical file is template post.dat. So right now, if you look at this wire EDM mill, it's the same items that populate this. And the hashtag is a comment. So anything with a hashtag in front of it, it ignores. So we want to add a new post to this directory. And I happen to have one ready, I think. So I'm going to add this post builder 5-axis post, and it's standard 3 files for a post builder post. And I'm going to drag it into this folder, copy it. And the 2 files that I'm going to point to are the TCL and the def file. So I'm going to leave this open and go down here to my template post.dat. And I usually just copy one that I know is functional and paste it. And then I'll edit that line to be my new machine. So I also usually copy this just so I don't type anything wrong. And you want to name the folder the same as the machine. You're ahead of the game that way. Post builder 5-axis and post builder 5-axis. And you'll see why when you see the copying and pasting. So there's the name. That's actually the name that's going to show up in the dialog. And this is the name of the TCL file, the name of the def file. And then it's also one folder deep. So that's what I'm going to add again and put a backslash. And then I'm going to save that. And now inside NX, I can either restart NX or I can go to Preferences and Manufacturing and refresh the configuration file. And by refreshing it, it rereads all the startup files. So now if I go to Post, I've got my new Post Builder 5-axis post. So there's my G code for the machine. So we added a post. And with that post, it's not uncommon to have special user-defined events that you need to add also. So you use the include command to add these additional UDE files. So we'll do that. So right now, if I look at my user-defined events, all I have is the standard UDEs. So if I go to my user-defined event folder, it's in the resource folder. And the main user-defined UDE file is the UDE CDL. That's the one NX points to. So inside this one, I've already got it typed in here, but hashtagged out, so it's commented. But you use the include command, and I'll take the comments out. So we're saying include, and this variable UGICAM user event directory points to this folder. And then hashtag post builder 5 access. So I'm going to add that CDL, and this CDL, I only have one user defined event in it, and I called it post builder 5 access UDEs just so we could read it all easily. So now that we've added this, we go back to NX and reread our configuration file. Now when we go to our user defined events, we don't have them. Let me do it one more time. Well, let me restart NX. I've definitely had this happen before too, but with the machine, when we get to the machine part, I always restart NX because I've had it for sure. I think it needs it. Give me that once. Okay, they're in there now, and I'm not sure why I had to make that one line, but I did. I did it just a little bit earlier, and it worked fine. But anyways, that's how you add it. Now we have both of them in there. And post configurator posts are set up using the same two files as post builder, the TCL and def files for the post. So that's going to be a TCL and the def for each one of those. So now we'll add the post configurator file. Oops. And the post configurator, if you compare it, see the one on the right is the post builder, three files, and that's the end of it. Post configurator file structure is a lot busier. So, but really the two that it picks out to populate that dialog box is the TCL and the def. So we'll add this. And then we'll go to our template post.dat. And I'll copy the one I just put in, the post builder. And I'm going to change it to post configurator. and save that. And then I'll cross my fingers and reread the manufacturing and configuration. And then go to post. So now we have our new now we have the out of the box, our post builder and our post configurator post in there. So if I post this, there's our post configurator posting. And if I want to add multiple UDEs, like we just added those two posts we added are probably two different machines. So they're going to have different UDEs that apply to them. So the way we're setting this up now is we want to add that second machine's UDEs also. So we'll go back to our user-defined event directory. And I'm going to let me open this so I can get my So we'll go to the user-defined direct. This right here, this additional CDL. The CDL files are all the user-defined events. So I also have one made for the post configurator, and it's also just one user-defined event and named post configurator 5-axis. So I want to point to that one. So I'm going to copy this. And I'm not going to risk putting it on another line this time. I'll leave it on one line with a space in between and change this the name of the file to the correct name, post configurator, and save that. So now when we and reread the configuration, so now if we go to our user-defined events, we have the standard UDEs, the post configurator, and the 5-axis. We've got all of our UDEs for the machines that we added and our standard ones. To add a new machine to the environment would be like if you bought a machine kit with the post processor and usually simulation. Then you would add it to the machine database.dat, and that's located in the resource library machine ASCII folder. And so you see the data, and this file points to the DAT library, or the DAT file for the machine, and then that DAT file for the machine points to the post. But this populates what shows up on your retrieve machine from library in the dialog box. Yeah, so the machine database points to the machine DAT file, and the machine DAT file points to the post for the machine. So real quick, we'll add a new machine. So these are located in the installed machines, and I have a new machine right here that I've made, and it's literally SIM08 just renamed. So you'll see SIM08 in here a lot. So I'm going to copy this to the correct directory, my new machine. And then I'm going to, this is the DAT file that I want to point to. So I want to go to my library, machine, ASCII, machine database.dat. And since I use SIM08 for my example, I'm just going to copy this line that I know works, just like we did with the template post.dat. Start with something you know is functional, and then paste it at the top. Then it'll be in order by this list. So this way, our new machine will be at the top of the list. And I'm going to copy this name. And same structure. I always name the the folder the same as that DAT file, just to save time. So this is literally the name right here. And then you have to change the name of the DAT file. Oops. Oh, and right here, I knew there's one more. So I'll save that. And with the machines, I found I have to close Index and open it back up. So if I want to add a new machine to the library, I double click generic machine, retrieve from library. So there's our new machine right here that we just added. So I'll bring this machine in. And you can see the post for this machine is the out-of-the-box one that came with SIM08. So it's this will be the posted code. So it has a lot of information at the beginning. And then here's our machine code. So if we wanted to maybe make another post that didn't have that information at the beginning and add it to the machine, then we can do that also by editing that new machine.dat file. And that'll add it to the post processor dialog. So we can do that real fast. So if I go to post configurator, and this is gonna and edit the post. And it opened right up to information and listing. So this is what I'm going to turn off. And I'm going to save as, I'm going to call it new post, and I'm going to put it in a directory under my new machine, post processor. I'll put it in a directory called new post. And then I'll say okay, and then I'm going to close Index because I'm going to open it back up again. And I'm going to go to my DAT file, installed machines, new machine. This is my DAT file. And I want to point to this new post processor that I made. So I'm going to copy this line that I know is functional for the original post, and I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to grab this name here, and change this to new post for the name of the TCL file, our folder, and the TCL file. And then also rename the def file name. Oops. And the folder name for the def file. And save that. And then restart NX. And now when I bring the machine in, I should have both of those posts available to me. So I bring in the machine, new machine. So now when I go to post, I have the old one and my new post. So if I post with a new post now, I go, now, check something real quick. Huh, I turn all that off. So I'll save my new post. Must be because I changed it before I did the save as, I guess. So now if I post it with a new post, it goes straight to my G code without the information at the top. And that's about it, all I had for today. So we verified our customer location, which you should do at the very beginning just to make sure you're not changing things and not seeing it. We added a new post builder. We added custom UDEs, added a post configurator post, added multiple UDEs, and added a new machine, and then also added a second post to that new machine.
Thanks for checking out our channel. If you like what you saw, make sure to like and subscribe down below so you don't miss out on any new videos. Follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter for the latest engineering news and information. And to see all of our upcoming events, please visit our website at saratech.com/events.